Two, 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 two. Peace. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Climb on in, y'all. Climb on in and ask me these retarded questions. Peace to the gods. Climb on in. Ask me your retarded questions. Climb on in, y'all. Climb on in. Peace to the gods. Climb on. Ask me your retarded questions for 88 cents a minute. Man, I can't lead this Twitter drama. Man, PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat. You better leave that shit alone. Twitter drama is easy to just duck off on. I think some people just get addicted to it. Not like Twitter itself, but the arguments. And the only way to get an instant argument going is through Twitter. It ain't like you could really go out and just, you gotta get the argument going. It's easy to do, and it can come off as being desirable, especially when you're on the toilet taking a shit. There's nothing else to do but argue with somebody. But you could just not do that. Yeah, people just love arguing. I've started buying crypto and arguing with bots. PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat. We've all been there. We've all been through a phase, if not that, something similar. It just takes time. You'll get over it. It's just a little phase. But nonetheless, shout out to you, PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat. Faith Fair, can you give PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat, a yogurt, please? The Canadian fire has finally left. What's up, Jessica She? Yeah, it cleared up. It cleared up a little bit. It cleared up just a little tad bit. They still talking about the air is impure. So I was like, well, whatever the case may be. They talking about wear the mask. But I'm out here. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. Leave it to Beaver. Now I can write my book, Surviving the Canadian Dumpster Fire While Black in America. It'll be a Amazon bestseller. I'm pretty sure I'll do better numbers than Mark Dice. It is what it is. I came out on top, and I'm here. What's up with you guys? Huh? Fairfax County? The frogs are fucking back here. You gotta speak up. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Tragic. But nonetheless, we came out on top. And now I get to write a book on how I survived it while being black in America. And working hard. Buy my shit so I could do better numbers than Mark Dice and them niggas. My shit gonna outsell Savage Memes Volume 3. Buy my shit. What's up with you guys? Pepe getting down in the bed. Hell yeah, they're my frogs. My frogs back there, they ain't start fucking until I hit the live button. They ain't start fucking till I hit that live button. Yeah. Fuck is wrong with you people? Nonetheless, we out here. What's up, old darn? AKA stop playing with action figures. AKA don't recommend no more movies or TV series. I did look into Jury Duty personally. I seen it on Amazon. I got the Amazon Prime shit, whatever the case may be. like that shit was on there. I looked into it. It was very office like. It just I just wasn't feeling it. You know, it's just not my type of comedy. You know, but my wife, she'll probably like it if she paid attention to it. But it shouldn't be on. It'd just be background noise. But nonetheless, shout out to Old Darn, aka my bestie, aka Lame, aka stop playing with those BG action figures, aka return that Walmart brand heart saws all you got, aka Kansas City does not make the best barbecue. And Jessica, she put that Dutch down. You think I forgot? I ain't forgot. I told Jessica she put the Dutch down. She started rolling up backwoods. Put the backwoods down. Faith, hand both of them a yoga, please. And I'm gonna go ahead and shout out PlayStation Controller Triangle, which is the heavy punch of playing Mortal Kombat. Again, that is my nigga. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all, man? What's up, Static Void, aka I'm gay. AKA I'm gay in parentheses. AKA Relentless Enigma. What's up with y'all? Don't for Halo. Man, shout out to Halo. Xbox put Halo on the map. They need to come out with a movie of it with me playing the lead role. What's up, Nicholas Canada, aka Lil Big Anarchapulco, aka Anarchapulco, ran under Jeff Berwick, was a huge success. What's up, Quantum Epic, aka LOL, aka LOL in the chat, aka smiley face, laugh emoji. It was for BGW. She never confirmed that she didn't like it, but she just couldn't get into it. It became background noise for her while she was like cleaning up. I think a telltale sign of a woman not liking a program, broadcast, or TV show or movie is when they start cleaning up while it's playing. I think it's safe to say she doesn't like it. It was on, and you started like I had it on the other night, and then you just started in the middle of it. You started writing a book for no reason. You weren't even paying attention to it. Now you started writing the memoirs. She talked about, don't be mean, no, fuck that, be honest. I had jury duty on the TV, your ass started doing math for no reason. I look over at her and see if she enjoying the broadcast. She was doing long division. I like how everybody got AKAs but me. Bro, you just Granny's blue waffle. That's it. Your shit don't need an AKA. Carpenter's Journey, in due time. Right now, you're just not there yet, though. What's up, little Ozark? Little Ozark in the building. What's up, Matthew, aka Mouth Noise? Matthew Mouth Noise is in the building, man. What's up? What the fuck y'all talking about today? BG still don't know my name. is the name of my race car. Well, shout out to your race car. Just making money to pay the bill. I heard that. I heard that. What y'all want to talk about? Because I ain't got shit to talk about. Because it ain't shit to talk about. Except for the fact I survived the Canadian dumpster fire. I am a survivor. Us survivors of that Canadian dumpster fire, we need a month. We need a month so the rest of you non-Canadian dumpster fire surviving niggas can remember our struggle. Y'all need to remember our struggle. We need ribbons for this. Maybe hazel colored ribbons. Maybe brownish, tannish. Maybe blended with white colored ribbon. I don't know. Bob Ross could probably figure out the coloring to this, but we need a ribbon. So did Anomalies rapping start a Canadian dumpster fire? It's very suspicious. At the same time he dropped that track, I Don't Want to Go to Hell, the same time them niggas up there in Halifax started having dumpster fires, aka forest fires. But the whole shit was just dumpster juice, so I call it dumpster fire. DeSantis with those deep fake, man. Shout out DeSantis. Who putting out deep fakes of DeSantis out there? Tell me why a ballerina doing standing splits showed up in my feed. I can bring myself to tap, not interested. Help. I don't know what you've been looking at. That algorithm on your ass though. That's some algorithmic shit you got going on that you probably started on the low. You know, DeSantis is the one putting out deep fakes of Trump. Oh yeah. I don't even know what y'all talking about, but I believe it. That's warfare now. That's how you play the game. That's just modern warfare. People use deep fakes. It is what it is. That's funny. That shit gonna get real entertaining between certain clans, but you know that shit funny though. Them fires of warfare. Hell yeah, and I'm writing a book on surviving it. That shit gonna outsell Mark Dice books and Jim Bob Savage Mean Volume 3 book. That shit gonna be the Amazon bestseller. My shit gonna do numbers. Can we talk about wood instead? Hell yeah. Well, I know I got that oak back there. I ain't really been on my wood game the past week. For real, to be honest, I still got them big dumbass rounds right there I gotta split. And I'm about to head across town, well, right over there to give somebody a quote for their yard. If I get the green light on that, I'll start that tomorrow. Let's talk about getting swole. Yeah, but that's I really ain't been on the wood shit. Man, shout out to Canada and the only oak trees they had that burned down. May they rest in tree paradise. They said that shit in British Columbia now. I said, damn, that's on the West Coast. I don't even feel like keeping up with that stupid shit. Just as long as the shit not affecting me, I'm selfish as hell. I don't give a fuck what going on over there. It's in British Columbia. I said, nigga, wait a minute. That's right above Washington State, ain't it? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that shit leaving me alone. They got the shit over here in Halifax. I'm on the Nova Scotia side. They lying. How many push-ups do you think Owen can do? Man, shout out to Owen Benjamin, man. He just a boy looking for a father. I think I think the older you get, the calisthenics is where it's at. I think the young bucks, they like pushing weights. Like when you try and get big to play football, you want sports, but the older you get, I think it's more about calisthenics and stretching, which is what my brother who used to play football told me, and I don't fucking know. But like to stay fit, like the stretching is important. You know, a lot of people don't do that. They'll just go work out. You know, I think stretching, calisthenics, running, building up your wind so you can be long-winded. I think that shit'll carry you a lot further than just being bulky or working out at the gym or even on a treadmill. There's something organic and intimate about getting out there and actually running a trail as opposed to running on the treadmill. I think if y'all find a trail, like we got a trail, we go hiking all the time back here. So I think y'all find a trail or something, man, that'll do you wonders. That'll do your body wonders. And just sprinting and calisthenics, man, building up your wind. I think if you want bulk as a man, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to fight, bulk is only going to carry you, but so far. But I don't know, because I don't fight and I can't fight and I get beat up. And I also don't believe in guns, so. What is that? You got it working?
Air purifier. My personal air purifier. So excited.
Really?
Yes.
What you got to, you pursed up? Where the hell you going?
To go get.
You going to mom's?
I'm gonna get my paper so I can start my.
All right. Bring out them cucumber seeds. I'm gonna put them bitches in the ground.
I'm going in for my pack. It's at the storage.
All right. And when you get back, put them cucumber seeds in the ground.
Hey, this is supposed to be cold.
As soon as you get back, and weed whack the perimeter.
What's happening? It's moderate.
And make dinner.
No, we're going to
And fold clothes. And do them dishes too. This dish is still a. Hold on, y'all. Y'all wait. Y'all don't listen to this. Y'all turn. This dish is still in the sink.
It's Saturday.
I know. All right, but you know, you weed whack when you get back. Go ahead. Weed whack. I know what time it is, but you need to weed whack. Hell yeah, that's how I handle women. I am alpha. What's up with y'all, man? I am alpha. I am an alpha male. Hell yeah, do. Oh, I'm busy holding a selfie stick, so I can't do none of that. So you supposed to get you a woman to do it for you. Them dishes, that's the same thing I'm saying. Why them dishes in the sink? She got them 3 dishes in the sink. I counted them bitches too. I said 1, 2, 3. That's too much. Fuck is that? I had the bowl, but I didn't want it. I was like, what the fuck is this extra shit? Man, what y'all want to talk about, man? Milwaukee has M18 top handle chainsaw. For real? I got the other chainsaw, the one with the 16-inch bar on there. I mean, it's pretty much dumpster juice compared to my Husqvarna, but okay. I love it nonetheless because it's Milwaukee and I'm in a Milwaukee cult, which I can't leave because I've invested so much time and energy and money into it to the point where if I see a better product, I'm going to turn down the better product because of all my previous memories and time and money put into the Milwaukee cult thing. So it is what it is. I thought about it too. I was like, damn, that's why people don't leave what you people call cults. It's like I don't put time into this shit. I put money in. You know them niggas at Jim Jones fucking with Jim Jones done went to Jonestown. They put their relationships on the line for it. They jobs, they life savings. Ain't nobody about to come up and be like, I was wrong. Hell no, nigga, we in this now. We just gonna be wrong to the death. This is too much shame. I'd rather die before I express this shame. Oh, I done put all this money. I sold my kids to get here. I can't just admit that this shit wrong. Nah, nigga, I'm in it for life. Fuck you mean, RFOL. Milwaukee for life. Beta, hell yeah, I'm a beta. It was some really good Kool-Aid. It wasn't even Kool-Aid, they're lying like shit. It was yogurt, I'm sure of it. There's no fucking way. Absolutely no fucking way. Is the government lying to you niggas again? BG been lacking on that product placement. Nigga! You don't see the John Deere product? Nigga, I'm John Deere. I got Milwaukee tools and John Deere equipment. Shit, nothing runs like a deer. You heard them people on their commercial, even though the employee walked the fuck out every month protesting some shit. No, nothing run like a deer. Off-brand cool, ain't no fucking way. I don't believe that. I need evidence for that. There's no way that was Kool-Aid. There ain't no way that many whites are drinking Kool-Aid. That is a fucking lie. That was yogurt. He ain't had nothing but 5 niggas in the cult. It wasn't nothing but 5 niggas down there in Jonestown, and them was some special niggas. Everybody else was white. It wasn't cool exactly, although I know what it was. And then he spiked the shit with arsenic or something, whatever it was. I see that's a lot of pictures of Kool-Aid. You know, you got that free when you was young. You make the Kool-Aid, hurry up and put it up. The picture of Kool-Aid could barely fit in the fucking refrigerator. They was out there bitch mixing the Kool-Aid in the bowl with no top. I was like, yo, you see them fruit flies flying in there? Nigga, no ice? It ain't even no ice in there. Niggas ain't drank that shit. Nigga, you didn't even put sugar in that. Niggas don't drink Kool-Aid with no sugar in it. I promise you that. I know. Somebody lying. Somebody lying like shit. Your mom ever made Kool-Aid with no sugar? Don't that bitch still be in the refrigerator the next week? Be a whole week later, that bitch still in the refrigerator blocking success. You can't even put new shit in there. That shit just huge. America, America. I'm a survivor. I survived the Canadian dumpster fires of 2023. The book I write for it gonna sell better than Mark Dice. I'm sick of Mark Dice bragging about his book. He's still selling the book. I'ma outsell that nigga. I don't like his book. The conspiracy giant. Yeah. The relationship between the media, what this shit called? Yeah, I'ma outsell that. They had a big old box of powder tang in Jonestown. That's how I know lying. Lying like shit. Wasn't no Puerto Ricans down there. It was only 5 niggas down there, and they weren't even full niggas. They were half-breed ass niggas. They were some Bola Bear ass niggas. Them wasn't really niggas. He had 5 Bola Bears. And niggas like, see, he did have niggas in the car. Nah, nigga. Them was Bowler Bear ass niggas. The type of niggas that drink unsweetened Kool-Aid ass niggas. America, America. You shaved those extra pubes, BG? Hell yeah. What pubes? Fuck you talking about? My shit repel water and everything. I had to use Milwaukee right angle drill yesterday. Felt dirty. Don't feel dirty. Faith, get Carpenter's Journey a yogurt, please. He manned up and used a Milwaukee product. You done finally used your the Milwaukee product. You more of a man than Borp the Dweeb. Borp the Dweeb don't use nothing but DeWalt product. You open the door on Borp the Dweeb Astrovan, don't nothing fall out but DeWalt angle grinder disc. You like, yo, what the fuck? You like, nigga, is that a DeWalt pencil? Like, yeah, just move this shit over. Just nigga, you got DeWalt seat covers in here. And be like, yeah, come on. Nigga, is that the DeWalt brand windshield washer fluid? I didn't even know they made that shit. Like, yeah. I'm a metrosexual DeWalt guy. My name is Borp the Dweeb. I love DeWalt. The pubes on your face, hell yeah. I'm baby face for real. I just shade the shit under shit. My shit just don't be. I'm a baby face nigga. Sometimes if I ain't had this shit right here, people be looking like, you should see old people, like established in the trade old people looking at me roll the fuck up. Or I be at the gas station and they just be sitting there, hey, young blood. I like young blood. You young too. I be trying to get my nephews to get on the same shit you on. I respect a man that hustles. I'm like, they talk to me like I'm 22 or some shit. Like, hell no, nigga, I'm old as fuck. Young blood. Like, nah, nigga, I'm older than you. You just smoked 1,000 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm older than you. Oh, don't call me young blood. Yeah, Borp the Dweeb got DeWalt hedge trimmers. He's such a fucking loser. Is he here? Don't tell him I said that. Them old heads are the last of the real. Hell yeah. This nigga Borp the Dweeb got a DeWalt Gorilla Cart. This nigga got DeWalt Gorilla Cart, a DeWalt hoe, a DeWalt pitchfork. This nigga got a DeWalt wash machine. He got shit you ain't even know DeWalt made. He isn't here. Oh, well, fuck it then. He's a loser. Borp the Dweeb, you in here? Fucking loser. Black and yellow. Ah! Nothing runs like a deer and nothing beats Milwaukee. I'm telling you now. I guarantee you that. I stand by that, huh? You know we be up in the club, all sorts of drinks, fill our cups up, honey show me love, up on dub, started looking like what it is, what it was. Shout out to Jessica, she got a Marcus Houston poster on her wall. Got that Marcus Houston poster on your wall, the word up. Alright, for real, what y'all want? I'm about to leave. I gotta go across town. I gotta do this quote. I don't have to live stream. I can just make cheese. It's the main source of income. I don't have to do this no more. I got a decent sized beard. It's hiding your jawline. Women want to see jawlines. A woman came up to me at the Kroger last night, was like, I want to see men with jawlines. I said, yeah. My wife had to beat that bitch back with her purse. My wife came from around the corner and beat that bitch back with an organic cucumber. I said, see? Because I'm clean shaven like a bitch. I'm clean. Women love it. Everybody want to look like a fucking homeless barbarian now. That look is cool. The homeless barbarian look is cool. That shit is just in. That shit is all the way in. Women be doing their list of everything they want in a man. The only thing on that bitch is homeless barbarian look. Be like, wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all, y'all used to want the clean shaven Dolph Lundgren look. Now y'all want the hippie Bob Ross look. He has to look like Bob Ross. Be like, wait a minute. I wear a chin strap to hide scars. Pull a PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch from playing Mortal Kombat. Hobo Couture. Yeah, the Duck Dynasty look. Them some rich niggas right there. Them niggas got a little bit of money. Yeah, that shit just in. That's why I like people. It's interesting to find people. One era, they hate a thing. The next era, that thing is all they want. It's intriguing. Yeah. Like even now, you notice the kids, they bringing the 90s look back. I said, damn, they bringing the 90s. I done seen a couple reels, these teenagers out here dancing. They got bell bottoms on now. I said, what the fuck? They got the flared bottom pants and rocking that shit. They bringing the 80s back. I said, damn, all this shit just keep coming back. It go out of style, then it come right the fuck back. Shit go out, come right back. Remember when you heard all the girls say they wanted a bad boy with tattoos? That shit going out too. That shit, I'm seeing it. Now they preferring it, no tattoos, clean looking, you know. Like the whole biker boy thing is slowly going out. This shit crazy. Manly beard to counter the culture. I feel like that's the only reason some men are growing beards, just to be like culture warriors, or to signify that they're base to some degree. That shit the beard thing done took over. Like crack did in the 80s when it took over the trap. Everybody was like, damn, where the fuck this shit even coming from? Yeah, that's how it is with beards. The beards done taken over like white tees did in the 2000s. Everybody had a white tee. Homeboy, brother, sister, mother, daddy, and your wifey. Hangs of Fruit of Loom be the name of the white tee. I got a chain, man. It's a stain on the white tee. Lames in the white tee. Pain in the white tee. Hispanic cracker niggas, even Yangs wearing white tee. You was niggas like, damn, you go to school? Remember the first day of school? That shit look like a Klan meeting, didn't it? That shit look like a Klan meeting where your bus pulled and you got out. You was like, damn, you had your book bag like this with the strap like, damn, look at all these niggas. Shit look like a fucking Klan rally out. You joined it. You got a fresh pressed white tee on too. It's like that with beards. I remember I could have sworn I seen the Anthony Brian Logan video. That nigga was clean shaven on some Republican shit. You know how them Republican niggas want to put that image out, the clean shaven suit tie. Man, I click on that nigga shit. This nigga shit out here just. And what's up, guys? I'm Anthony Brian. I said, when the fuck this nigga get a full beard? When the fuck these niggas start growing full beards like this? Yeah, I seen that. Jessica Shee's best friend, Officer Tatum, did the shit. That nigga was clean shaven like a bitch. Next thing you know, this nigga shit out here. That nigga, Jim Bob best friend, Amazing Lucas, did the shit. Remember Amazing Lucas used to be clean shaven like a bitch? Yeah, Jim Bob friend, Amazing Lucas done went and got this shit. I said, what in the fuck? This shit is like a white tea epidemic. This shit is like crack in the 80s. I don't know if people felt pressure to do it. It's like who is the one person that does these things that everybody else is like, that I'm gonna do that? Who is this one singular nigga affecting the trends like this? Who decided that it was not okay to be clean shaven? Who did that? Do y'all know Russia? The fucking country of Russia passed laws against men wearing beards because they wanted to appear more European in the and early 1900s. Yo, wearing a beard like that in Russia, yeah, nigga, you could go to jail. They wanted to appear more European. In Europe, the whole beard thing went the fuck out of style quick. And kings and monarchs, all types of people, they was like, you gotta shave that shit. You gotta cut that shit. You ain't getting no play. You was shunned in society. But it's like, damn, shit come back in circles, right? You be like, damn, now everybody wanna look like a fucking Viking or some shit, you know? I just sit back and watch the trends. It's fascinating. I love people. People are fascinating to just watch. If you live a long enough life, like, you can understand why they say the aliens never landed. Like, just watching us would be fascinating. They'd be like, damn. Okay. Like, we go down now? Nah, hold on. Some interesting shit about to go on. Just taking it all in, you know? Not that I would leave aliens, but no more beards, wigs, and dresses. Oh, the wigs was all the way in. They said the white man wore wigs, the powder wigs that you seen in the 1900s. The 16, 17, 1800s. They said the white man wore powder wigs to hide the scars from syphilis on their heads. I don't know how true that is. That's just something they say. I was like, damn, syphilis though? Yeah, I was like, damn, they make syphilis seem like it was just dead dick today. But back then, syphilis was like, according to them, the shit was like, you got head warts. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But yeah, they slap on that wig. Then it just became a symbol of judiciary practices and shit. Like the administration will wear the shit. I hear longer the hair, the more tuned in we are. That's a lie like shit, but okay, it sounds good, especially to the hippie people or somebody trying to promote a supplement to you. The longer the hair, the more tuned in we are. That's bullshit. That just sounds like somebody with long hair trying to justify having long hair and make it sound cool and influence culture all at the same time. I need to go back to my European roots and get one of those wigs. Yeah, who said that? Michael Ryan? Michael Ryan, you a peasant like shit. The peasants weren't wearing them. That was for the administration and the upper echelon. Like, the important people wore wigs. That's where you hear the term the big wigs. Yeah, that's where that came from. You Wouldn't have been wearing a wig. You just would have had syphilis and your shit would have been marked the fuck up. Did nobody care about you? You were not important. I need to wear a wig. No, nigga. You need to work the field and be a peasant. Well, what are women all tuned into then? That's a great rebuttal, oh darn. That's one I didn't even think of. If long hair means you tuned in, fuck is up with female drivers? Why the fuck do females just can't avoid a curb for nothing. They have to run up on the curb. Shit is impossible. Ah, I was a curb. Like, yeah, I seen it. You didn't see the shit? Women will run up on the curb and hear the whole ride home and won't tell nobody. You look under the car, some shit hanging. You like, damn, the splash shield. Look at this shit. You didn't hear this shit? I thought that was normal. I thought that was normal. They done hit a curb. Look at the rent. Look at the wheels on every woman's car. This shit got curb rash on it, don't it? The wheels scuffed the fuck up. That could have hit the curb. Or they was trying to parallel park and hit the curb. I'm telling you. Women can't parallel park for nothing. There was only 3 women in history that could parallel park, and Amelia Earhart was one of them. And we don't know what happened to her. Women can't. Wayne wins this subject. My wife hit the curb in a smart car once. It's the smallest car they make. Women that hit the curb in a self-parking car. They don't give a fuck about technology. Women's need to hit the curb transcends technology. They don't find a way to run up on that curb. I just got here. How many questions does he have? 2? This is a short one. I gotta get out of here. I just came on here to tell y'all that I'm a survivor of the Canadian dumpster fire, and I'm gonna write a book called Surviving the Canadian Dumpster Fires on the East Coast as a Black Man in America. And that book will go on to outsell Mark Dice books and Jim Bob's Savage Memes Volume 3 book. And it's going to win the #1 spot for Amazon bestseller. That's all I came on here to tell y'all for real. Yeah, that's one of the earliest plays I heard Jim Bob from when he got into it with Amazing Lucas. That was some funny shit right there. I think that was before the whole. I think that was before Benjamin even mentioned him or he went out there. And then he was getting into it with Amazing Lucas. I seen this shit. Amazing Lucas was on his Instagram shit, and yeah, that was a funny art. Well, I forgot what Amazing Lucas said. He would yeet the baby. That's where I got the yeet his fetus thing. He was like, yeah, I yeet the baby. And Jim Bob was going back and forth. That shit was wild as hell. That whole shit was what, man, that whole Amazing Lucas and Officer Tatum shit was wild as hell. I was like, man, this shit. Yeah, Faith, all right, she right there, Faith and whatnot, ready to pass out yogurts. I remember the Jim Bob car streams. Those. Not that my opinion really matters. I like those streams better though. It's just something authentic and not planned. You know, shout out to Jim Bob. I like, people do what they do, but I like that caution. That shit just raw when a nigga hit the go live button for no reason. Just you about to get some raw shit. When the shit ain't planned and there's no episode number and we gonna discuss this, nigga just hit the live button on break. Yeah, you gonna get some shit. You gonna get some shit. Yo, I got one more question. Is it Smokey there, Devonta? I don't know. They don't holler at Freedom Mink. Freedom Mink said he wasn't seeing an orange sun. I don't even think it went out that way. It's Tennessee right there. For those people that don't. I was like, damn, that shit ain't. He was like, nah, it's clear out here. Ain't nothing out here. I said, damn, this shit doing the hyper vortex thing. This shit only. We need a trade winds. We need Nova Scotian trade winds. I don't know what the fuck we need at this point. Why the fuck I got it, but you don't got it, and you live right there? I felt like I was in a fishbowl. I said, did the flat earth, somebody need to take the lid off so this bitch could air out. Like a fruitcake. Take the lid off that bitch and let that bitch air, get some air. Why the fuck this haze ain't going nowhere? It's supposed to be blowing like shit. We supposed to get oceanic winds. Just saw Lucas's beard. Everybody got a beard. Who doesn't have a beard? It's the thing. And what I'm telling y'all, it's the thing now. Like 2-3 years ago, it wasn't though. And that is the thing. I'm growing my beard because their hair's way, because my hair is way too long. Look like the Geico caveman. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna grow my shit out, King Nebuchadnezzar style of Babylon. My shit gonna be looking like that. My shit gonna be. I'm gonna do the Nebuchadnezzar. And people were like, "What beard? What beard you got right there?" I'll be like, Nebuchadnezzar. They be like, well, I'm gonna do the Xerxes. That's when men get real child. They be like, well, I really like the King Leonidas beard. I think I'm gonna do that. You know. Men act like women about shit sometimes. They'll plan shit. Shit just don't come out organically. They'll sit there and plan it and comb it. These niggas walk around with a beard comb. They just be combing a bit. They be like, I want my shit to look like the Muslims been doing that shit though. The Muslims was doing, damn near every Muslim in the penitentiary got the full beard. Everybody looked like a Muslim in a penitentiary Muslim. That's how them niggas rock that shit. They had a bald head with the kufi on that bit. With the small hat, full beard. You call them Big Op. All the Muslims had that shit. I've only seen black men do that. Do what? With the Nebuchadnezzar? The ladies love when you grow your nose hairs out really long and braid them. Your nose hairs get too long, you'll start whistling. You ever hear somebody just whistle? You ever listen to a podcaster and he got his shit mic'd up and he talk, and then when he stopped talking, you hear a whistle? It sound like, you be like, yo, what the fuck? It sound like somebody blowing through a napkin. You're like, hold on, wait a minute. That nigga don't got no napkin. It's that nigga nose hair. That shit, that be, that bitch slicing through that exhalation. That shit just causing a whistle. That shit, that bitch whistling. Fuck you mean? Shave the mustache part for Ramadan. Man, I'm gonna going through it. I got one more question left. I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. One more question. Cycles running circles. Yeah, sure do. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing it. I see it. I see it. Should I buy a 2008 Altima? No, not at all. Book an Enoch review? No. Nope. I ain't doing that. You do the Book of Enoch thing. People love the Book of Enoch. Is damn, so many tired people in the chat. Yeah, I'm tired too. I just got haze. Y'all need to donate. I almost died. It fucked up when somebody used death to donate. Like, yo, I almost died. Y'all didn't Y'all would have felt bad if I had died and y'all didn't donate. It's too late to donate when I'm dead. Y'all need to donate when I'm living. He's absolutely right. We need to send him money because I would have felt bad. I doubted him, and then if he died while I doubted him, I would have felt bad. Yeah, send me money. I'm tired of beefing with my girl. Well, you need to tell her to weed whack the perimeter. She needs to do the weed whacking. That's what females are built for. When my wife get back, she gonna weed whack, and I'm gonna watch her in my lawn chair. I'm gonna watch her weed whack while I sit in my lawn chair sipping Yingling. Well, I'm gonna start a whole new movement. Make women weed whack again. Be like, dang, y'all used to do that in the 30s and 40s when the man of the house was working at that plant. The man of the house was working at that GM plant, used to weed whack. Why you don't do it no more? Get your ass out there and weed whack. Speaking of GM plant, shout out to the Dodge brothers. They were two red-headed twins. They were born in Michigan. Red-headed twins, drank a lot. The nigga John Dodge had an anger problem. He'd beat people up in a bar. This was in like the 1900s. It was like 1901, 02. Them niggas, they started off building parts for bikes. They were racing dirt bikes and shit. Then they put a patent on a dust-free bearing. That shit just took them through the roof. They was making parts. Then they got approached. They got approached by a couple people. Then they got into transmissions and making things for the automobile, because at that time there became more demand for automobile. And the Dodge brothers, they was doing one. Boy, them Dodge brothers, the Dodge brothers, them parts superior. Dodge was the shit. That brand name, Dodge, nigga. Niggas like, I gotta have that. And then one day they got approached by a nigga you all know named Henry Ford. That nigga Henry Ford had just left his company that he worked for. That company that Henry Ford left later became Cadillac. Henry Ford left, he was like, yo, I'm trying to start my own thing. He was like, yo, you Dodge brother niggas, y'all got the game on lock. He said, and y'all got the money. Henry Ford was on some humble. He was like, yeah, y'all got the money. I'm just looking to secure a loan. I got the contract, and the contract benefited the Dodge brothers, right? Because it was like, they gonna get 10% out of that company, the Ford company, whatever, the automotive company he started, they gonna get 10% out of that. And if he fails to turn a profit with his company, they get recoup all their money. So to the Dodge brothers, it was a win-win-win. So the Dodge brothers, they put aside their thing they had going on. They was making bank. You hear me? Yeah, they put that aside and only dealt with Henry Ford. So John Dodge, he became the president of the Ford Motor Company. And man, that was a power team right there. Henry Ford and the Dodge brothers, couldn't beat it. So they was the driving force behind the Model T. That shit was popular as fuck. So the Dodge brothers, they 10%, and they was getting money on the front and back end of this shit. So you know, Henry Ford, he felt like investors were parasites. That's when he dropped that famous speech. So Henry Ford wanted to push the Dodge brothers out the company because he didn't want to have investors involved, because Henry Ford wanted to lead the company to his kids. So when Henry Ford came to the Dodge brothers, I don't know if he thought his company would really take off like that, to that capacity, to where it beat Cadillac, the old company he used to work for, or what. Or he just needed a boost. But Henry Ford was hell-bent on getting the Dodge brothers out the picture. You know, so the Dodge brothers, they were working with him, but, you know, tensions was building up. So the Dodge brothers, they came to him one day, and they had designs for where they had almost completely redesigned the Model T to make it better. Henry Ford, he was stubborn. He was like, yo, if it ain't broke, don't break it. He was like, this shit working. He felt like that was an insult. You know, people, men got egos, the ego get in the way. So the Dodge brothers was like, all right, bet. So woo, 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 woo. So they got Henry Ford got on some rah-rah shit. So that's when John Dodge and his brother, they announced they were leaving the Ford Motor Company to start their own company. The Dodge brothers could have easily just took the 10% out of the Ford Motor Company stake and just lived handsomely off that. They had bank. They had it all. They had everything. But it was personal, and ego was involved. So the Dodge brothers, they started their own car company to rival the Ford Motor Company. You understand what I'm saying? Know what the fuck I'm talking about? They was like, yo, we can do it. The Dodge brothers, the design they originally showed Henry Ford to improve the Model T, that's what they did and started their own shit. And it didn't outsell the Model T, but it became the close second. And Ford was just furious. He was like, yo, these are not only just competitors, it's personal. So Ford took the shit personal, and then the Dodge brothers built a plant. It was like a 64-acre plant, like right next to Henry Ford's plant. I'm telling you, these niggas had money. The Dodge brothers, yo, they was playing with some shit. So the Dodge brothers like, yeah, it was cracking, nigga. And Henry Ford was like, woo, 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 rah, rah. And so that's when Henry Ford, you know, he started going over the contract about them getting 10%, because Henry Ford was like, not only are they my competition now, but it's like they don't work for me, and they're still getting money from my company. Ain't that fucked up? That should do something to you as a man, that you know you still have to pay your competition 10%. That shit fuck you up. So Henry Ford was like, how can I get out of this contract? But the bitch was ironclad, right? So Henry Ford, being the smart nigga he was like, shit, I'm gonna crash the fucking company. So Henry Ford, to compete with the Dodge brothers, with the Dodge that was in competition with the Model T, guess what Henry Ford did? Yeah, he lowered the price of the Model T, and that fucked the Dodge brothers up. He lowered the price to like $400, huh? And the Dodge brothers was like, what? Yo, this nigga trying to go out of business. Yo, Henry Ford, he was a mad scientist ass nigga. So the Dodge brothers, they was selling they Dodge for like $600. That shit was like $656 or some shit. That's a lot of fucking money back then. 1910, 12, 1915, etc. So they selling this shit, the 600s. Henry Ford, the low 400s, high 300s, I forget which one. So then that shit didn't work because Henry Ford realized the Dodge brothers, they was still selling because the Dodge brothers, their parts in their car and their automobiles had become synonymous with quality. So you still had a lot of well-moneyed landowners and people preferring the Dodge brothers as opposed to the Henry Ford Motor Company. So they were going with Dodge. So when that didn't work, guess what Henry Ford did? He did something that nobody in that day ever did. Guess what the fuck Henry Ford did? Guess what he did? To compete with the Dodge, to blow out the Dodge brothers. He not only lowered the price to about $300, he gave a raise to all his factory workers. He started paying them $5 a day. That shit was unheard of at that time. At this point, the Dodge brother, they was like, they couldn't afford to compete with him while he was doing that. So this Henry Ford way of getting out of the contract. Because the stock price of the company, that bit was just going down. He was sinking it on purpose. And with that came a lot of loyalty. So the Dodge brothers, they ain't had no choice but to sue Henry Ford, basically saying that he was purposely trying to crash his company so they didn't get their 10%, the investor fee. So they won, the Dodge brothers won in court, and they got like $60 million from the suit. They got $60 million from the Ford company, but Henry Ford ended up getting most of the money because he was on the board. So, you know, this big business shit. So it ain't like Henry Ford really took a loss. Then Henry Ford, he resigned from his position and left the company to his son. I said, that's a smart bitch right there. I said, man, shout out, man, the Dodge brothers was like, I said, that's a smart bitch right there. So then you know, the official story is the Dodge brothers, both of them died from the Spanish fucking flu in 1919. Like at the same time, which is a hell of a coincidence. People suspected Henry Ford, poisoned them, and it was foul play, but at the end couldn't nobody prove nothing. But I wouldn't have put it past Henry Ford. Henry Ford was willing to tank his own company just to prove a point to the Dodge brothers. So did Henry Ford do it? Not officially, but was he capable of doing something like that? Yeah. Henry Ford meant business. That nigga was savage, son. So the Dodge brothers died, and this way it come in, this way Chrysler come in. The Dodge brothers, they left everything to their children. This is why I tell y'all about offspring and lineage. Their children and their wives were not interested in running a motor company, and they didn't have the vision that the Dodge brothers had. So what ended up happening was Chrysler pulled up in the midst of the beef. The Chrysler company, it was a nigga named Chrysler. He pulled up in the midst of the beef between Henry Ford and the Dodge brothers and shit, and seeing what they was going to do. So yeah, Chrysler, he was like, yeah, I'll pay y'all $152 million for the company. So his kids, all the Dodge brother kids, they was like, yeah, because we don't want to do that. We just want to live comfortably. So they sold the company to Chrysler. That's why Chrysler owns Dodge till this day. Ain't that a bitch? They see them kids ain't shit. That just go to show you, sometimes people think they kids is going to carry on their legacy. A lot of the time, especially with wealthy people, that's not always true. And a lot of kids, they don't want to live in the shadow of their parents. And then kids come up in a different day and age where different things take precedent over what was taken precedent in the last generation. Like they have different aspirations in this newer generation. So your views may be outdated. And then too, some people just want to live comfortably without all the fuss. So you may bust your balls to build a company, and then you die, you leave it to your kids, and your kids sell that shit out. John Deere's kid did the same fucking thing. The Waltons did the same thing. I mean, they still making money from it, but they have no say-so whatsoever. They done sold over their capabilities of directing the direction that Walmart takes. So yeah, so that's how Chrysler acquired Dodge. And Chrysler was doing good with Dodge. That brought Chrysler back. And that made Chrysler one of the big three automotive manufacturers in this country. It was GM, Chrysler, and Ford. But when Chrysler acquired Dodge, that officially put Chrysler on the map. And that's the story of the Dodge brothers. Man, shout out to the Dodge brothers, man. They got shit cracking. Shout out to Henry Ford too. That boy played hardball. That boy knew how to play hardball. All right, I got one question. When Chrysler acquired Mitsubishi, they fell off the map. That's because Chrysler kept going bankrupt. Out of the big three automotive manufacturers in this country, and when I say of this country, I mean GM. GM produces, Buick, Cadillac, Hummer, Chevy. Then you got Ford, then you got Chrysler. Yeah, it was just Ford, Chrysler, and GM. Out of those three, Chrysler was the harlot. Chrysler just kept going bankrupt. Chrysler just couldn't get their shit together. That's why when the AMC, the Pennsylvania company that was doing the Jeeps for the wars, when Chrysler did some weird shit to acquire Jeep. Shit was suspicious. But it's crazy. It was started in 93 kinda, but it started like 87. Like 1987. They began works to put this smaller company out of business, but AMC had acquired the rights to the Jeep from another company, but they were based in like Pennsylvania, somewhere in like fucking Butler, Pennsylvania, some shit like that. And then Chrysler acquired that, but they had designs for a Jeep Grand Cherokee. At this time, the Jeep Cherokee was already out, but they wanted to compete with the Ford Explorer, whatever the case may be. They had the Jeep Grand Cherokee, lay out the design, everything. Chrysler, they kind of like stole it, pretty much. Then they acquired the company in like 89, 90, and that's when they came out busting in 93 with the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And that shit put Chrysler back on the map for a time. Then Chrysler went bankrupt again in like 97, 98. They released the last Jeep Grand Cherokee 98, the first generation. And then Benz had to bail these niggas out. So before that, it was you and me. Like we were the taxpayers, they was bailing out Chrysler. Like Chrysler was just a whore, just internationally. Then Mercedes-Benz came in, was with Chrysler from like 99 to like 2004. And then the Benz nigga, he was like, yeah, we done with him. He was like, yeah, we done with Chrysler. So they dropped Chrysler, and that's when Fiat picked them niggas up. And now Fiat still owns Chrysler. Fiat out there in Italy. The same people that make the Lamborghini, they own Chrysler. It's called Fiat Chrysler Group. Or some shit like that. Like this shit, it's not American no more. But nonetheless, shout out to Chrysler, man. The original Chrysler, I think he worked for the Dodge brothers too. And then broke away from them and started doing his own thing, dealing in parts. I think he worked for Ford too. He either worked for Ford or but what's his name? John Chrysler was a real nigga. I forget his first name. But he that was a good dude too. Like he knew what the fuck he was doing. Like this Chrysler ain't even his legacy. They just got his name on it, Chrysler. But if Chrysler, the nigga, woke up and seen this shit, he'd be like, why didn't y'all just rename it? This isn't even my vision. This ain't nothing. But it is what it is. They did the same thing to John Deere too, but it is what it is. I heard Fiat reliability is horrible. That Fiat 500 is nice though. Yeah. Yeah, Ebony, we're definitely not listening to BG. Hell nah, I know y'all not. Where the hell Baby Walk? Where Baby Walk at? Where's Watachi? He would love this topic. Watachi somewhere beating the rust off the fenders of his XJ. He got a rusted out Jeep Cherokee. The floor pan just rusted away. Every time he get in his Jeep Cherokee, he pedaling. He on some Fred Flintstone shit with it. His feet stick through the floor. He just got with the cowboy hat on and everything. You gotta take an angle grinder them fenders. Them rocker panels is rusted through. The hood latch on the lift gate is rusted through. That bitch don't close. You gotta use a bungee cord to close the lift gate on the back. That bitch will open up while you driving. That bitch rusted. Nigga, that bitch rusted. Little egg roll no here. Yeah, shout out to Baby Walk. She's somewhere not using turn signal. I got one question. We had a Jeep Wagoneer and a Subaru Outback with the spare tire in the engine bay as a kid, mid to late 80s. Yeah. I need to pull my wheel bearing out of a CRV today. Since we're talking about, you know, automotive repairs, I got to do my axle seal on my Chevy Silverado, because I did the brake shoes like a couple days ago, and while I was doing the brake shoes, I noticed on the rear passenger side that I was losing a little bit of gear oil. So I gotta do that seal, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace the bearings while I'm in there. But it is something simple. All it is a C-clip. Basically take off the cover of the differential, you know, drain the oil, woo, woo, woo. You know, you turn the bit, put the bitch up in the air, chalk the wheel, turn the bit till you can get to the pin. Get the pin out, pull the C-clip, get a magnet, C-clip holding that axle in, take that bitch out, yank, you can pull off the whole hub and axle assembly, you know. And you get the slide hammer with the C, bah, 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 and you can bang that bearing out. Just a little circular bearing, you bang that bearing out, and you get the seal, remove the seal, waka, take the seal out. Then you get the seal drive, bah, bah, bah. You bang that bit back in that bit. Then you get that seal, you walk out. You hit that bit right back in that bit. You hit that bitch in that bit. You turn that bit to that pin line up, hit that C-clip in that bit. Then you go on that bit, baby. And then you put the little shit around that giant, the gasket shit. I use Right Stuff gasket maker. It dries in like 1 minute. That shit expensive though. You hit that bit, you take the differential cover, and you put that bit, smack. And that's how that bitch sound when you put it back, smack. And then you put your fasteners in. It's 10 of them. And then you all good to go. Then you put the cover back on the drum back on that bit. Then you put the wheel back on it, tighten that bit back up. Then you remove the fill plug before you remove the drain plug, my nigga. Because if you remove the drain plug and all the fluid come out, and then you go to remove the fill plug, and the fill plug is fucked up, stripped out or something, you ain't going nowhere. If you remove the fill plug first and realize you can't remove the fill plug, then you got time. You can still ride around in it. But if you empty out all that oil and you find out you can't that fill plug ain't going nowhere, or something going on with it, you out back. Then once you do that, you back on the road. You good to go. So I'm gonna knock that out when my seal comes. And yeah, man, that's about it for me. I've never replaced bump stops. Are your bump stops good on the Silverado? Yeah. Like yeah, they ain't broke off or nothing. I just bought a Tahoe. Shout out to the Chevy Tahoe. Shit, you might as well have got a Silverado PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch playing Mortal Kombat. I don't know why you went and got the Tahoe. You might as well got a Silverado. As long as you don't get the Avalanche. A PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch from playing Mortal Kombat. Stay away from that Avalanche. All y'all stay away from that Avalanche. It's 3 guys in here that listen to me that got an Avalanche. I'm disappointed in all 3 of y'all. Daniel Lutz said, BG, why do we keep doing this? Why doesn't humanity just collectively walk into the middle of the Bering Sea? I don't know, Daniel Lutz, but shout out to you. The pansexual Marine. Faith, can you get Daniel Lutz a yogurt, please? I have a car question. I don't answer car questions. I am not. What's the dude name? The customer is stupid. Yeah, I am not Scotty Kilmer. Scotty Kilmer, I like Scotty Kilmer because he old and he'll talk shit about your car with you right there. That's a respectable trait. I'm still wary of him because he used the compression fitting on the brake line. But other than that, he just an old dude telling he'd tell you he talk that shit. He talk that shit. Now, I don't trust no mechanic that talk like he like all these cars. And you got mechanics and then you got car guys. Car guys are not mechanics. Mechanics tend to hate all vehicles. There's no point in asking a mechanic what you should get. Car guys, they have a super preference. And they love superficial modifications to shit. And people think they're mechanics because they put a spoiler, you know, under the fascia, the front, on the back, they put a wing. People like, yo, he's a fucking mechanic, you know. You know, he done put yellow fog lights on his shit. So people like, yo, he's a fucking mechanic. Although those are car guys. Some people call them ricers. You got baby ricers, light ricers, and heavy ricers. And you got tiny ricers too. You know. But yeah, I don't trust no mechanic. He be talking like he like everything and everything okay and all these cars. Yeah, nah, nigga. Mechanics don't like none of that shit. People be like, well, let me get this. You be like, no. They be like, damn, what do I drive then? I don't know, nigga. A horse. A horse. You be like, get a horse? You be like, now I thought about it, horseshoes are expensive too. They don't make them like they used to. You gotta come out. You ever had to get some horseshoes, nigga? You ever had to pay the guy to come out and bang out the horseshoes? It's like asking him what horseshoes you give you. Like, fuck all of them, okay? Like, his shit tainted. You can't trust him. I'm gonna tell you, I hate Nissans. As long as it ain't Nissan or a Chevy Avalanche. Your wife is smarter than you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Chris Waters. She's smarter than me. That's why her smart ass gonna come back here and weed whack this perimeter while I watch her sipping my Yingling on my lawn chair in the shade. I'll put AC in your truck. You got monies? Oh hell yeah. There's a guy at every Advanced Auto Parts that's willing to do that for you. BG, which motor will stop your yogurt from spilling? I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, shout out to car guys. They love talking about cars too. They know their years too. They know the years. Like they're really into Subarus and they can break down. You know, they're like, yo, this Subaru. Like, no, you be like, yo, that's a Subaru. They be like, no, that's a WRX. You be like, yo, it's a fucking Subaru. They be like, yeah, but it's not a fucking Forester. You know, you're like, yo, it's not a Forester, but this WRX with this wing on it, it'd be like, yeah, but if you've seen the Impreza, you're like, the Impreza, what the fuck is that? It'd be like, that bitch also got a wing on the back of that bitch. That bitch got a 1.4 that bitch turbocharged too. That bitch 1.4 liter. You be like, damn, that's a baby engine in that bitch. They be like, yeah, but that bitch fast. That bitch fast. Does it matter how you get the fastness? I don't think so. That bitch got a wing on that bitch too. That bitch got a wing on the front. That bitch got a wing on the back. That bitch doing. That bitch, you look on the back. That bitch doing it. You be like, all right, all right, all right. Why they turbocharge the baby engine like that? It be like, I don't know, but it's a Subaru and that bitch fast. I put a Farkham muffler on that bitch. I got the Borla exhaust. They always got a Borla exhaust. They be like, yo, Borla. You be like, what exhaust? Borla. Borla. You be like, Borla? Borla. Yo, Borla. Get the Borla. You be like, hell no, nigga, this MagnaFlow right here. Nigga, Borla. They always want you to get the Borla exhaust system. Borla. They be like, yo, that Borla. You be like, what about the Flowmaster? Nigga, Borla. Yes. Yes. Glass pack. Cherry bomb. Cat delete. Straight pipe. They be like, straight pipe it, son. Yo, Borla, straight pipe. You be like, all right, all right. Borla, straight pipe, dyno. You be like, all right, cool. Cool. Yeah, that's a car guy. They've been, but these manufacturers think they slick. They got these tiny ass engines they slapping turbos on. They be, you be like, all right, this bitch tiny, but it go. You got that liter, you got that 2.2 liter turbocharged shit. The liter is basically just a measurement of the combustion chamber. That's pretty much it. When you see somebody, they ask you your engine size, you're gonna be like, oh, so, you know, it's a V8. You know, that's how many cylinders. The V shape, because if you stand in front of the engine and you look at it, that bitch shaped like a V. The V8s have 4 cylinders on this side. The V come down back up, and there's 4 cylinders on this side. That's a V8. Bye, Jessica. Bye, because I'm talking, okay, because the car talk. When it comes, I'll tell you, oh, where the hell you going? Hell, you ain't about to do nothing but roll a backwood. Did them broke apart. But yeah, the V on the 6, that bitch got 3 on that bit. 3 on that bit. Then you got the straights. You got the 4 cylinder, that bitch be doing like this, huh? You got the straight shit, that bitch be doing like this bitch here. But yeah, anyway, that was just a little history on Dodge and the Dodge brothers. All right, I got 2 more questions. 2 more questions for real this time. I'll stay for 5 minutes. Man, that's how long it take you to roll that backwood that done fell apart. Piece together that backwood. Favorite lawnmower? Really? PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat. Favorite lawnmower? You must really want all the women folk out the chat. Ain't no women sticking around to hear that shit. I haven't spoken to a woman in 2 years. I mean, your name is PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat. I can kind of understand why you haven't spoken to a woman in 2 years. BG, what will happen if Trump goes to jail? That nigga just gonna be in jail. What he can do right now is buy my book about being Trump and going to jail. I'll help him get through it. He need to take my advice that I gave in previous live streams about people like him going to jail, and he need to put that to practice. Favorite shoes? I don't even know. Georgia boot. The shit I got on right now, I wear these shits every day. I wear these with anything. I'm a little behind on the chat. I think his name was Larry Chrysler. Yeah, it was some Chrysler. He was up there. He was. Show us the boot. Y'all done seen the Georgia boots. I unboxed them. They Georgia boot. That's the name of the boot, Georgia boot. BG favorite shoes is the Lawn Stain Edition with Air Forces. Yeah, you gotta get the balled up K-Swiss. They gotta be all white. You gotta cut grass in them bitches. These Georgia boots, I don't got no grass stains on the Georgia boot. They're very grass stain resistant. These are my favorite boots to cut grass in. This is my favorite anything to do anything in. Favorite movie of all time? A Walk to Remember popped up in my mind first, but I know that's not true. I would have to think about that. And there's different categories. Paper Soldiers with Kevin Hart in them. We just used to, that shit just used to be background noise. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of the best movies are on the Lifetime channel, for real. Men think that shit a game, but you don't realize it till you get locked up and that's the only channel. You be like, damn, this what these bitches watch on Lifetime channel? Like, this shit is intense. There's always some weird shit going on. Handmade in USA, warranty, Georgia, more machine produced. Okay, you look that up. That's what's up. Hey, shout out to Georgia boot. They're not that expensive, neither. Like, I don't know, like $200. I saw some Adidas Kanye trainers today with plastic gold and pearls on them. Not impressed one bit. Because it's Kanye. Who? No, Kanye West doesn't make. Listen, Kanye West is very metrosexual. He doesn't make clothes for people like me, and I'm just gonna assume you. It's for another group of. It's for another. There's people that like that though. They're like into art. You know, the art clad, the art, the like they make money doing weird things. They're not the traditional, you know, but it has a base, but it's just not here. You know, it's not here. Shout out to Kanye West. His clothes are very metrosexual. They are very unappealing. Fancy? Though I wouldn't even call that fancy. I don't know what the fuck that is, man, but niggas make money doing this shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it though. I'm old. Like a lot of y'all nephews, they into it. Like they walk around in Yeezys. It's just it just ain't for my generation. That's for like the younger people. Yay BG 24. There's no way I would ever be that nigga second. No fucking way. He talks too fucking much. Absolutely not. No way. Absolutely not. The only way I agree to do that on the campaign is if he agreed to shut the fuck up. Just be there. Just play, just sit, just chill. Chill, son, I got this. Yeezys are gross. Yeah, it's for the younger generation. Like, what's the generation that's behind us? Like the people born after 96. Is that Gen X? Wait, is that Gen Z? What is that? It's for like the Gen Z people. Who the fuck are they? What are the people now? The young people. The Z? Yeah, it's for Gen Z people. You're not gonna see no millennials wearing that shit. I guarantee you. Millennials are slowly becoming the boomers. And Gen X, no one gives a fuck about them at all. People go straight from the baby boomers. It goes depression babies, baby boomers, millennials. Gen X is like, what about us? What about? It's like, what about you? You're not important. You're not a factor. No one cares about you. Depression baby, baby boomer, millennials. In that order. Everybody remember the depression babies because they gave birth to the baby boomers. And the depression babies, they had it fucked up. Depression babies was living in America, and America was on some third world country shit. You had depression babies, they talk about this shit. They were like, yo, we had to feed, mothers had babies and they had to feed the babies boiled down pig fat because they were so malnourished and there wasn't no fucking food, and they were building trapper shacks to live in. Like, shit was fucked up. So a lot of y'all people, like the baby boomers, they remember their parents for reusing paper towels and all type, shit was fucked up. Like, 1 minute, everybody was prospering. You had a whole bunch of millionaires, all types of money going around. Then the next minute, yeah, 1 minute USA, next minute Haiti. Deals were made, souls were sold, And children's were sold the fuck out, and then Haiti was restored to USA. Pretty much. And people love it now. Absolutely. And then you got the baby boomers after the war. They were fucking because they were broke. What the fuck else you gonna do? Broke people fuck. Baby boomers are proof of this. Broke people fuck. Depression baby were broke. Fuck that. The baby boomer, they were just fucking. They were like, hey, ain't shit else for us to do but fuck. So they was out there, they was fucking in the baby boom. That when America, they had the boom. It was more babies born than in any other period in American history. They just boom, just babies everywhere, just babies. Just babies every fucking where. That's why a lot of y'all make fun of baby boomers for telling y'all grit and lift yourself up from your bootstrap. You know how them niggas lived? You know what baby boomers went through watching their depression baby parents? How they used to live? Damn right they gonna tell you lift yourself up by the fucking bootstrap. But that baby boomer shit, that shit was a struggle. Bro, that shit was a struggle period in American history. You can't even fathom. I mean, you be like, yo, that was America? Like, y'all heard about the Great Depression, but y'all haven't heard about it. Y'all heard people talk about the Great Depression, but y'all haven't really heard people talk about the Great Depression. That shit was wild, son. You would have never thought some shit like that could happen in a Western, in America. That shit showed everybody how real shit can get in the blink of an eye. Shit got real, real quick. You had Americans like, shit, I think I'm gonna just move to Haiti. That's how fucked up it was. Hell, you shout out to the baby boomers. They had to deal with those depression baby parents. Them was some paranoid ass parents to come up under too. So anyway, I got one question left. And then too, while all this was going on, you gotta think about all the propaganda, all the media shit. World War I, World War II. And I think the eugenics movement of America was still dragging along at this point too. So I think, you know, it was a whole lot going on. And then Henry Ford was beefing with the Dodge brothers around. You know, it was a whole lot going on. The DuPonts were back in the news for making a lot of money off the war. So it was a whole bunch of shit. It was a whole bunch of shit. I got one more question. True, we don't really know it the way the schoolways describe it. I think of baby boomers because, like, baby boomers get a lot of shit, but baby boomers grew up under depression baby parents. And baby boomers, like, it doesn't matter, you talk to them, they had like 10, 12 siblings. Their parents was broke, but they were fucking. And they always tell you, baby boomers, like, we didn't have, when I was coming up, they always tell you, like, we didn't have all this when I was coming up, but we had, it was 13 of y'all. It was like, yeah, shit was tough. It's very rare you will meet an only child baby boomer. Very rare. It was always 10, 12, 13 of them niggas. Because they were broke. That's what broke people do. They fuck. The international Jew. Yeah. Ford was supplying both sides of World War II. Yeah, shout out to Henry Ford. Is Tom McDonald the voice of our generation? Hell yeah, Tom McDonald is the voice of our generation. Shout out to Tom McDonald. That's my favorite YouTuber. He had to make sure he won on both sides. Henry Ford did what Henry Ford was supposed to do. He sold. Henry Ford dibbled and dabbled in a lot of shit. He in it to sell shit. That's what you supposed to do. What you, and then a lot of people, they didn't believe in. It's just like the DuPonts at that time with the Civil War. It was like, we're gonna sell this gunpowder. We're gonna sell shit to shit. We get money. That's what we dying for. Like the DuPonts lost like 13 children in one day fucking with the gunpowder because the shit exploded. They like, man, shit, we gonna get this money. Whole fucking family. That's why they was marrying cousins and shit. They married their cousins and the whole fucking family. And that shit was wild, son. Yeah, they gonna make that money. That's what they gonna do. So a lot of people were sympathetic to Germany, but they were in the country. They had the woo woo woo. So it was like, Anomaly lost me, broken record. Man, shout out to Anomaly. That's my favorite YouTuber. Anomaly is not no broken record. He is. He kind of is. He gonna hit you with Trump and DeSantis and why he don't like Trump, but why he'll vote for Trump over Barack Obama, and why DeSantis went to Israel and passed speech laws for Florida in another country, but how he'll vote for DeSantis over Barack Obama. It does get monotonous. It's a little bit monotonous. And his raps don't help. So I understand. Not only Ford, IBM, IG, Fabian Bar, US Pol, they were just doing capitalism, making money. It is what it is. So people were mad as shit at the DuPont. DuPonts they was in Delaware supplying the South with gunpowder and the North. They was like, yo, this business. We're not even actively involved in the war. It's just business. May the best party win. Did great giving it to Frank. Both are cool. Have it on. I got one more question. And I gotta do a watermelon update too. BG, do you watch Jimmy Dore at all? The dude makes me laugh. Nah, I don't watch him. I don't really know that. I don't know that much about him. I think he was like a liberal, and now he's more conservative. I'm over political people because my life experiences have just took me a different route. Like I know when people on that, that shit just doesn't penetrate. It doesn't penetrate my mental. It is not. That shit just doesn't. I despise it, man. Bro, my watermelon are growing crazy this year. Man, Jared, now wait till you see my watermelons. Wait till you see my shit. You hear me? These the 300 watermelons too. Remember I told you these the 300 method watermelons. I'm gonna do an update. Yeah, both patches too. Y'all gonna see this shit. Y'all gonna get these watermelons. The people's watermelon ain't pop up yet. For those of you that don't know, the people's watermelon is always the first watermelon that pops up. Whatever the first one that to just show up, that's the people's watermelon. The ones that come up after it, they get Pokemon nicknames. The people's watermelon is always the first one to just show up. And it's always baby too. It's like, I'm here, I'm just a little watermelon. I'm a watermelon, I'm here. And it's hot outside too, maybe a little bit of water would help. I'd be like, yo, that right there, that's the people's watermelon. No, I don't have melons yet. You haven't raised one to maturity yet. PlayStation controller triangle, which is the heavy punch when playing Mortal Kombat, that is not a true assertion. You've seen me raise 2 to maturity. Last year I had Articuno, I had Flareon, Jolteon, and Big Bang Attack. Everybody was following Big Bang Attack like it was the Duchess Cake little boy. Yeah, what's Big Bang Attack doing today? I go show it, and all the women on here would get to swoon, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's a baby Big Bang Attack! It's baby Big Bang Attack!" And be like, "Yeah, that's Big Bang Attack." People loved it. Matter of fact, I did the video where I opened up Big Bang Attack and ate them. I showed you how to slice the watermelon. You know, I also did Articuno in them too. Articuno, that was the honeydew melon. It wasn't the watermelon. But yeah, this is the 3rd year I've done this. This is the 3rd year I've done watermelons. So I'm still very inexperienced. But you haven't raised the people's watermelon to maturity yet. Big Bang Attack was the people's watermelon. That's what I'm showing you. It was small because it was a sugar baby. The sugar babies, they don't get big. They get like this big, they get like this big. Like the sugar babies, they're just baby. They just come out, they're like, oh, it's an Ushaboo. I call them Ushaboos because they're just baby. They don't get big at all. They only weigh like 8 pounds. You pull them, they small. Like they weigh like 8 pounds. What's up, Signesty? Sign Nasty. I ain't doing nothing much. Sitting out here talking about the Dodge brothers and Henry Ford and how Henry Ford and the Dodge brothers got to beefing. Shit be funny. And how the Dodge brothers died under mysterious circumstances, both of them at the same fucking time. And how their descendants sold the company to Chrysler. Other than that, I ain't talking about nothing much. Let's see the garden. I got you. I got you. Ferrari was king of hardball. Shout out to Ferrari. Blacks in anime, I guess. I just am who I am, man. I grew up in the 90s. I'm on my nasty 90s shit. So my product, my output, the mature fruit that there's time to harvest, that shit just gonna have 90s references, names to it. Just I might name one of my watermelons all that. I might have two watermelons in close proximity to one another and name them Keenan and Kale. I might have another one on the shady side of the patch and just call that bitch Goosebumps. You know? I might have another one get to rolling around, that bitch be in the valley like that bitch doing this shit here. I might call that bitch Alex Mack. Shit, it just is what it is. Yeah, I'm a 90s kid. Rocco and Tommy Pickles. Tommy Pickles is Tim Pool code name. That's the whole evolution chart right there. Tommy Pickles evolves into Tim Pool, and Tim Pool evolves into Vox Day. This is all that. This is all that. Oh, oh, oh. I butchered that, but it is what it is. You don't drink, but watermelon beer is delicious. Wow. I never even heard of that. What the other do that? But yeah, I think the majority of what I'm growing is sugar babies. So they're just gonna be small Ushaboos again. Good afternoon, God of all things. Oh, what's up, Freedom Man? TLC did the All That song. That was my shit. I'll try the watermelon beer. Jessica She. They ain't gonna do nothing but tell you stereotypical as fuck. You just feel weird as hell with some watermelon flavored beer at the checkout in line. It if white people behind you. It is always it's always an Indian up there too checking your shit out, telling you about the deals. Would you like 2 for 2? We have $25.99. Get 2 watermelon beer. Get 2 watermelon beer. The watermelon beer 2 for $25.99. Would you like to take advantage? Everybody hear that shit. They like, who the fuck buying watermelon beer? It's like yo, chill with the announcements on the watermelon beer. It's a black. A nigga will walk from the chip aisle up front like, who the fuck? Oh. Like, yo, just put my shit in a brown paper bag and get me the fuck out of here, man. Ring this shit up. The whole watermelon and Negro stereotype is pretty new. Started in like the ninth is really starting in the 1900s. Before that, white folk when they said watermelon babies, they were talking about Iranians and people from the Middle East, because that's where the most watermelon comes from. Like the shit with niggas really didn't take hold in the 1800s. But free slaves, one of the main crops they would grow in the South was watermelons, because everybody fucking loved it and it was easy to grow down there. So they'd be on the side of the road with the watermelon, like, yo, I got watermelon for sale. So it wasn't because niggas was eating watermelons, because niggas was selling watermelon. That's where the whole Negroes and watermelon stereotype came from. But it was the Middle Eastern people, the white stereotypically called them out for being watermelon eaters. Like, look into it. It's just over time with missing links and generations, you know, shit transitions like it always does. Now it's like, look, this niggas with watermelon. You know, niggas don't even really grow watermelons and sell them like talking about it. But they do be selling them shit. You go down south, you gonna see them selling them. The white folk were buying that shit up though. And nobody grow watermelon like Negroes. Man, watermelon's a big deal. And pecans, aka pecan. That's my preacher name too. Apostle Beautiful Butter Pecan. That's my apostolic name. Apostolic. Apostle B Butter Pecan. From Mount Zion Missionary Church of Latter-day Saints. They donated $400 and were saved from the Canadian dumpster fire haze purge on the corner of the road, the rock that the builders rejected because it looked at Down Syndrome Church, Mount Sinai, God is Great Church of Jesus Christ Church. Faith Pastor Collection played around. I'm feeling preachy. That bit the name long as hell. They gonna find a way to add that Mount Sinai. That Mount Sinai part gonna be in there. The stone that the builders rejected because it looked at Down syndrome. The cornerstone that wasn't put in place. The door that was left ajar. The glove box that wouldn't close, church on the side of the road. That's the most annoying shit. You be in the car, your glove, you hit a bump and the glove box busts open. You gotta close the glove box. You got guests in your car, you got your glove box taped off because that bitch keep opening. that bitch power its way open. That bitch, you be like, damn, what the fuck in there? You be like, ain't nothing even in there. That shit. The bitch just be swinging open. That shit throw itself open. Why they be throwing itself open like that? You be like, I don't know, man. I hit a bump. I just replaced the ball joints. I know it. Barbara, I really like the baby walk one. Super cute. Hell yeah, that baby walk. Little man. BG is our Catholic. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm our Catholic. Because we're going to debate Jim Bob and Crucible Andrew and Posh Redneck. I'm gonna debate them niggas as a Catholic. I'm gonna convert on Benjamin to Catholicism, and then he's gonna be on my panel with the debate against Posh and Jim Bob and Andrew Crucible, aka Eternal Cigarette. They ought to spice things up like Zatarain's. Zatarain's. No, I'm not gay. I can convert on Benjamin to Catholicism without being a Catholic myself. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Zatarain's. I got one more question. I've seen alternators putting out 16 volts. It's not good. That means it's overcharging. That shit shouldn't be putting out no more than 14.5 volts. It max. Having a fish, Sammy, Hopefully it's picture worthy. Oh goodness. Have you joined the hen house too? Y'all be sending y'all food pics. Y'all some foodies. Y'all some foodies. I call that the hen house. That's the inner circle of the inner circle. I'm not even a part of that. People like, what's the hen house? I be like, it's the hen house, son. I'm not even. It's the secret society within the BG cult, you know. Call that shit the hen house. That bitch be going on the phone. You know, you go there with the phone. Bing! You be like, up, let the hennery begin. I just call it the hennery. Just hennery. Just the hens, they chickens, but the hennery is just like bark, 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 bark. I be like, yeah, the hennery. They be like, what's hennery? I be like, that's the hen house. Nothing but food pics and all types of. Man, shout out to the hen house. That shit exclusive as fuck. I ain't even in it. Don't nobody even know what I'm talking about right now except for a select few. That's how exclusive the shit is. They know the people I'm talking to, they know who I'm talking to. They know. I got one more question. I got one more question, man. I'll probably just do a YouTube short video on the watermelon patch. I ain't gonna do it on this because it always comes out fuzzy. So I already did the garden up front. Got the mulch down for up there, so got that out the way. And I got a flower bed to do. Then I'll be done with that, and I'll put that mulch right there, right on to the back. You said what? You bought more plants? From the farmer's market to support local business, we were invited to the farm. Well, there's that. She got more plants. Got to support these farmers out here. Bro, glove box explode open, then you try and bust a corner. Bro, some of y'all got demonics. Some of y'all got that demonic glove box. That bitch do not close. That bitch will close and it'll open back up when you turn away. This shit, you got company in there, you trying to impress. They in the passenger seat, you hit the corner, that bitch bust open, slap your guest on the kneecap. Fucking glove box. Like, bro, your glove box. It assaulted me. You got that tactical assault glove box with the full semi-auto feature. You don't even keep nothing in there but an empty pack of Marlboro Reds. Some of y'all, the glove box is the ashtray. You leave that bitch open while you drive. You don't even vacuum the bitch out. Some of y'all just the dirty you want to be. You don't even vacuum it out. You don't got nothing in there but Doritos, cigarette ash, one empty Gatorade thing in there. I got one more question. Somebody probably asked me a question that I didn't see. and they really wanted me to answer it, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to continue to ask if anyone has a question. There is no order to how I answer questions. This shit is not done orderly. It's just whatever pop up I see. Sometimes I'll be looking at the question but be thinking about something else in my head. So I still don't see it, even though I'm looking at it. Oh, the sidewalk look nice. Oh, thanks. Yeah. You do body work on Dodge Caravan? I don't do body work, period. I'm not a body tech. I ain't even gonna hold short of replacing things that I can replace fenders, and I'm not about to mold, and I'm not even gonna pour 15 some shit. I'm not doing none of that. If body work, that's a whole separate thing. Barricade, do you believe a New Jerusalem will be built for us? And that's a loaded question right there. I might have to circle back to that. It gonna be a wood fort. I'll call it New Jerusalem if that's what gets you to donate. New Jerusalem. Like, nigga, that's a wood fort. But does New Jerusalem make you want to donate? Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I just sent you $800, big dog. Thank you. That's pretty much all you gotta do if you want to sell something that's questionable. Just call it New Jerusalem. You can sell a computer program that steals people's data. Just be like, it's New Jerusalem. You need this. Did you shorten the stump? Nah, the stump been like that. The birds have gang meetings on that stump. All air, no ish. Potatoes for the side dish. I bleed green. Fuck you mean? All right. Please, BG, keep it up. I'll keep it up a little bit. I got one question. Yeah, I'll lead us up. I wasn't really talking about nothing though. Alright. I'm out. Frank, you go in and close the door. You can lock up. Go in, lock it